Hello folks, today I'm going to tie, it's a wee Quilled suspender buzzer with CDC, so I'll just get kicked on and start tying. So the thread I'm going to use is Semperfly 80 and olive, so we'll just start and get that started behind the hook. Run a few turns on. Come on there, scissors, and knock away our excess. So run our thread then on down the shank of the hook. Now I've set the buzzer hook a wee bit higher on the vise, just so that you're able to see how far down the bend of the hook I'm going. So run your thread on down. And anybody that knows buzzer hooks or fishes buzzer hooks will know that the hook comes down round and then it kinks back in again before it comes back into the point. So we're a good bit short of where that kinks. So the next part in the fly is a quill. The last video I showed the quills that I had struck myself, and this is one of the quills here. Now before I tie, I forgot to say this in the last one, before I tie this on, what I always do is I run my nail down just to remove the last of the wee fibres on the quill that I haven't been able to strip with the bleach. Now when we trim that away, when you knock off the piece that you don't want, if you grab your quill between your two fingers and thumbs and give it a pull, if that nips, it's too brittle. So if it's breaking between your fingers and thumbs, it's going to break every turn you give going up the shank of the hook. I forgot to say that in the last one. So that's our quill. So we'll just tie in dark side down, and bring our thread up shank of the hook up to where we want our, I'm just flattening out the thread here so I get a nice neat body coming up. So bring our thread up to where we want our thorax. Now what we want to do, because we've got CDC at the top, just come down a wee bit short, a wee bit behind. Normally I would bring a thorax to here, but I'm not. I'm bringing it to here, and the reason being is we have CDC to go on at the head and then tying them behind the eye and then our thorax before it meets our buzzer. So just give it a wee bit extra. I would say come up 2/3 of the shank with our quill. So I'll just throw in a half hitch here just to stop our thread slipping. And as I showed in the last video, just a wee bit of tying varnish in a brush and just come in and give that quill a wee coat and run it between her run it between her finger and thumb just to work that tying varnish under that quill a wee bit, and that just helps with the quill to be a wee bit more flexible as we're bringing it round the hook. Now as I done the last time, normally I would wrap that and hold my finger on this side, every wrap I turn over, but as I done the last time, I'm going to hopefully grab hold of it with hackle pliers and you'll see the quill going on. So start, I'll turn the hook shank over, hopefully you can see it better that way. So just start then. And now, don't be ham-fisted at all with this quill. If you put any kind of heavy pressure on this quill, you'll snap it. So you need to be very, very gentle, bringing the quill up. That's why I prefer. Now normally I would do that and wrap it over with my hand and then hold the next one. There's less chance of it breaking, and hopefully, than what there is of wrapping it this way here. As I say, I just hope I can get get to the top of the hook without the quill nipping on me. But because I've tested it and it didn't snap in my hands, we should be okay. Alright. So that's the quill up to where we're going to tie off. So a tight turn over the top of that, and then just tie that down. Now that actually nipped as I came to where I was going to tie that off. So that's our quill wrapped. Run the thread on the eye of the hook. Now if I'm tying more than one of these, I would normally tie on the bodies. Whoop finish. And as I says, I'm trying to use this more. Come on then and knock away your excess and get a hook clip. Now all this is here is an old spool from thread, one of your clips, and then my hook on. Now I have already have bodies tied up. I would not, if I'm doing say I have a 5, 6, 10, whatever it is, flies, I would tie up the bodies first and then come back in and do the second half, because I like the resin and varnish off the vise. It allows for more time, and you can twist the clip round, whereas if it's on the vise you're only getting one direction, whereas if it's out of the vise I can twist and turn that. If I put on a wee blob of resin that's sitting here, I can twist that, or I can move it around so that I'm able to pull the resin into a better shape. So as I say, I have ones here that I've resined already and varnished, so I'll put that blue Peter, I'll put that back in the vise. So because this is already varnished, we can set this up that our hook shank's a bit more straight, because all we have to do is tie on our CDC and run our thorax up. So back in then with our all thread, run that down to, don't come right down to where we want our thorax to start. Come on then and knock it away. Now this is white CDC that Blob and Buzzer I'll give you a heads up, Blob and Buzzer are just about the stock. It's from Tyrrell. It's very, very good quality CDC. Anybody that ties Euro nymphs and is looking for something decent for hackling nymphs, I'll just show you one of the wee failures. This is the failures here. So there's plenty on that for hackling nymphs. As I say, I don't know if Andy has added it to the website yet, but he's got this on stock. So hopefully by the time I put this video up, he'll have the white on the site. But as I say, it's very, very good quality CDC. Right. I have Giller done 4 CDC plumes, So I'm just going to, now I haven't come right back to the thorax. It's actually, if you look, it's about halfway down. So pinch and loop that on. Give a full couple of turns over the top. And take a wee look. Just to make sure we're lined up. Run our thread up towards the eye of the hook and tie that CDC down tight. You want to leave a wee space in behind so we're able to come back up again and tie off behind the CDC. Now this CDC, come on then with your scissors, cut that away tight and just run your scissors round, and on a bulky fibres just take them off with your scissors. So run our thread back down to where our Quilled stopped. We're going to run our thorax on here. Now what I have here is this is squirrel dubbing, and it's mixed with a few flakes of blue twinkle dubbing, and you'll see this now as I'm starting to dub on. So all we need is a wee pinch of this. So hook over it and start dubbing our squirrel dubbing on. And the reason why I'm using the squirrel dubbing on this is there's more guard hairs on the squirrel dubbing than what there will be with hairs here. You'll see it now whenever I get this wound on, I'll pull it out a wee bit. So give one full turn, come on then, and just as we're tying on or dubbing, give another wee twist just to keep everything tight. As we come to the CDC, lift everything back, a couple of turns in front, and then up finish tool, and come on then and up finish behind the eye of the hook. Pull that tight, come on and knock away our excess. So turn our hook upside down. This is just tie and varnish. Come on then, I have a dubbing needle here, just take a wee dab of varnish and come on then, just dab around that thread, being careful not to touch our CDC with it. So the last thing we want to do is grab hold of our CDC. Now you can do this if you want. I like to do it because for me it just keeps the top of that fly tidy. Just come on and knock away the tips of the CDC, and that gives us our bushier top for the CDC. And as you'll see with the squirrel dubbing, it just gives you a better thorax, or rougher thorax. There's more guard hairs on it. Now, I've said this a few times on CDC emergers, and it's something that I'm going to actually show now. I've mentioned this a few times, CDC oil. Now, I took this out of my fishing bag for that purpose, was no point in me talking about it and not showing people. So before I would put them away in my fly box, I would come on them with CDC oil, and all you need is a couple of wee drops on the top of the feeler, and just allow that a wee minute to start soaking down into them fibres, and then with your finger and thumb just come in and work that on through the fibres in the CDC. I prefer the CDC oil and putting gink on it, and the reason being is whenever that dries out, the CDC goes back to its natural form, because the CDC absorbs that oil, whereas if you put gink on, you can't really get the gink to soak into the CDC, and it ends up all clumped together. So as I say, for me, I prefer the CDC oil. So there you go, folks. That's our olive quilled buzzer. And as I say, that CDC is only it's only new in blood and buzzer. This is up here in the wee bag, and it's coming from Tyrrell. So if you're interested in the white CDC, get yourself on the blood and buzzer website and get yourself a bag. Andy's pretty generous on his quantities, and the quality is top notch. So there you go, folks. That's our wee olive quilled buzzer, and hopefully that was helpful to somebody. So until the next time, folks, tight lines.